And it makes me think right now, Amir, something that I've been thinking lately. I think we need more disclosure from companies, from these AI companies on where the data is being sourced from. I don't think there is a lot of conversation from where the data is coming. What are these companies getting the data from? And how much is that we are trusting these answers in a way that we don't even know where the data it's coming from? And it makes me think, what can we do, right? To try to still trust the solution and the data and the answers that we're getting, but without even knowing where it's coming from. Have you ever thought about that?
I have. And really, I think it's a layered cake at the end of the day. So if I look at it from the lens of B2C versus B2B,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to Gemini or ChatGPT or any of those other public GPTs out there, then it's going to be whatever's in the open internet. If I
Mm.
go to, for example, Expedia, and let's say Expedia is looking at hotels for me and figuring out an entire itinerary, that's a more refined use case. It's not depending on the data that is
Right.
out in the public internet. It's actually using data from suppliers, people who you do business with.
Right.
And this is where I think the trust factor is going to come in multiple levels. My trust as a consumer is going to be different than my trust as a leader in an organization or
Mhm.
my trust as a user of a tool in my enterprise. The trust level is going to vary, and it's not just going to be, the same for public data versus, enterprise data.
Not one size fits all. Absolutely not, right?
No,
Yeah. Yeah. I
no.
agree. And we're probably going to be seeing a lot more on that in the next couple of years as we continue to amplify the use of AI, not only in our personal lives, right? But also in businesses. Now, I was reading the other day, even the federal government had a contract with OpenAI for some of, government's branches and offices to start using OpenAI as part of it. So I think we're going to see a lot more coming from AI governance and data governance and ethics around that a lot more now that the government start getting more and more into the picture as well with AI.
Yeah, and I think it'll be an interesting battle
Mm.
because right now we're just seeing the armies line up, to use a military analogy. The battlefield has been set. Different skills are being posted. Ultimately, I think, as always, and this is not to mean in any kind of satirical way, but I think government is always playing catch up with the private sector, and I think we'll see the same thing here.